This is free game. You have to be strong enough to protect yourself from women's emotions. Whether it's the first time you're meeting her, 3 months down the line, within a relationship, within a marriage, within sort of any sort of engagement with woman that you currently got. There's this misconception that the strong female archetype is one that is unstoppable and unbreakable in various or different other attributes that women possess, yes. But when it comes to the logical thinking, strategic formatting, and calculative problem solving, brain side, I would say no. When a woman becomes emotional, that part of her brain goes straight into the left side. She's more compulsive, instinctive, reactive. Certain incidents you'll find when a girl is emotional, she'll say the wildest shit ever that you wouldn't think she would ever say if she's in her right side of her brain, her sane side. She'd be calling you all sorts of wild, crazy names, accusations, questioning certain parts of your character. But you know she's coming from a hurtful state, a very dissociative state where she does not necessarily reacting through reasoning, but it's through emotions. It's not through logic, but it's through instinct. And why I say it's instincts because women are biologically, genetically built to not handle that side of their brain particularly very well. Remember, they are the moon, which means they are magnetic. So they have to channel most of their emotions before they can express it. But when they express it, it creates a certain magnetism. That's how powerful they are. And that is what tricks most men into thinking they have to solve their woman's problems. And generally and logically, how men do, they will try to understand women's emotions. And it's one thing to try and understand it, but it's another thing to not want to understand it. The men who not want to understand it and who just try to always solve it is the motherfucker that is very controlling. The man who tries to understand the emotions, you would say is very compassionate. Women resonate to that man because he has given her the platform of raising her emotions, but being a good listener rather than being the control archetype man who wants to solve all her problems. She's just going to use that man. But the man who listens, she trusts that man. You see the difference? But if you choose to be a man who listens, it means you're strong enough to protect yourself from putting more energy and inflating her emotions. You're strong enough to be poised and calm and be more or less of a listener of her emotions. Because you see, when women let it out, it makes them feel better. It's a release. It's their dopamine hit. It's for us guys when we lift weights. You know what I'm saying? For them, that's their release. They're the moon. They have to magnetize their energy. Men, we're the sun. We electrify. We charge it up. Because when they release it, us listening is us charging them back up. Us being empathetic is us charging them back up. It's us being strong enough to protect our own energies by uplifting someone else's energy by doing one simple thing, and that is listening. You listening is you protecting yourself, man. But you reacting and trying to control the situation and trying to be a man, like with the emotional side, you're gonna flop, man, because it's like you gotta be more than a man with the emotional side. You've gotta be her light. You've gotta be a rock, blood. You've gotta be a god, my man. You see, and God is a God is I mean in the biblical books it says it's a empathetic, loving, compassionate person. You trying to control every situation, it doesn't come out of love and compassionate. It comes out of insecurity and fear and compulsive thinking, man. Free game, man. Free game. You gotta decide, man. You gotta decide. You wanna be that controlling archetype or you wanna be the listening, compassionate archetype. The choice is yours. Free game.